Hello, my name is Robert Knowles and welcome to this short video for suppliers to Armstrong who use our top focus sheet. It's sometimes called an enhanced expediting sheet. Somehow it's ended up with two names, I'm not sure how, but it doesn't matter, we can use one name or the other. We're in the process of moving all our suppliers over to this new simplified format of top focus sheet that you see on the screen. For some people watching this, you've been using it for some time. For some people, it may be new to you. But either way, hopefully this video will provide some tips and methods on how to fill it in and how to keep it accurate and up to date. So let's make a start. We're going to use the filters and we're going to use them to do some checks that should be done every week before the file is emailed back to Armstrong. And we're going to use the filter on the delivered column. And we're going to remove the 0 to show only where there's a quantity. In other words, only those lines that have already been dispatched. And we can click OK, and there we have it. If you're using an older version of Excel, this is Excel 2007, but if you're using 2003, when you click on the filter, you'll have to click on, I think it's custom filter, and does not equal 0. Click OK, and you've got exactly the same thing. Throughout this, everything that I do here can also be done on Excel 2003. It might just take a few more clicks. So we're looking at the dispatched lines. The first check is click on the filter on back order, and we should see only zeros here. Should be no numbers and no blanks. So we've got a number, that means there's a mistake somewhere. I'm going to come back to that and correct it. The next check on these dispatched lines is that every row should have a date in the actual ship date. We can either scroll up and down, or I'm going to use the filter and see, oh yeah, there's a blank there. Okay, so show me the blank line. There it is. So 12 have been delivered or dispatched. The dispatch date's been missed. It was on the 29th of September, so let's fill that in. Okay, we've corrected that. I'll take the filter back off. And the other check is we ask that all suppliers, you fill in the invoice number on all the dispatch lines, and we've got a cross-reference. Okay, let's remove that filter. And the next check is similar. On the back order column, I'm going to remove the 0 again in the same way. So now what we're looking at is just those lines that have not yet been dispatched. We do a similar check, go back on the delivered column, and that we should only see zeros, no blanks. So there's that mistake, and we'll come back to that. So on these unshipped lines, the next check is we go to the promised ship date, and there should be no blanks anywhere in here. So we ask that every line has got a promise ship date. We can use the filter again, and I can see there's a blank. So I'll find the blank, okay. So there's just one line and the date's been missed, so I'm going to put a date in and just correct that, okay. Select all. And the next check is again on the promised ship date, is that all the dates in here should be in the future. There should be no dates in the past, because that really is meaningless. When the Armstrong receives that, we wouldn't know when you're actually planning to dispatch. So the check here is on the filter. There's different ways of doing this, but I'm going to say date filter before, pick today's date, okay, And there we've got a date that's in the past. So we're going to correct that. I'm just going to pick a date again just to correct it. There we go. And we take that filter off. So let's go back to this line that had a mistake on it. Beg your pardon. It was here, the line with 15. So I'm going to use the filter to find it. There it is. So we can see what's happened here. There's 40 on the line, 15 have been dispatched, leaving a back order of 15. But what we ask is whenever there's a partial shipment, that the line is split to show the first line will be the dispatched quantity, the second line will be the outstanding quantity. So let's correct this. I'm going to remove all the filters and we scroll down and find the line. There it is. So let's split this line. Highlight underneath, insert a row. Now the cleanest way to duplicate the line is to copy the whole line and to paste it in below. Then we change the line numbers just so it's clear that the line has been split. So first is 12.1, next is 12.2. We go across and then we're going to change the quantities. So the first line we changed the ordered quantity to 15 and 15 delivered and 0 outstanding. On the next line we changed the order quantity to 25, 0 delivered and 25 outstanding. And we're going to remove those dates on the second line and remove the comment because that doesn't apply. Make sure we leave this formula in. See that up here there's a formula. And this is now an outstanding line, so we'd expect to see a promised ship date in there. So I'm just going to make up a date and put that in. Okay. So as I say, nice simple checks to be done every week. And let's have a look at now how we can use this sheet as a tool. So typically when Armstrong receive this, we're just going to look at the outstanding lines. So we filter to show just the outstanding lines. And I'm going to look at the planned shipments for the coming week. So I'm going to look at the promised ship date, use a date filter and say date before and go a week forward. Okay. And so now what we're looking at is all the planned shipments for the coming week. And then as a buyer I'm going to go back and maybe look at the machining dates and the pour plan dates just to make sure that everything seems to be on track for those shipments this week. Another thing I'd do is if I'm a buyer at just one of the plants, I might want to take the filter off and say just look at SAA. Okay, well that finishes this video. I hope it's been useful. We'll follow up with more if this proves successful and with some more tips. But thank you for listening, and if anyone has any questions, please contact us. Thank you. Bye.